Okay, so Emily, welcome to the piano room at Hay Farm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me today.
Of course.
You are here at Hay Farm as a senior peer back on Top Up.
Yep.
So you were with us inpatient here at Hay Farm. So you went on to do secondary in our London facility. And what was that like?
That was such a big change, like two completely different kind of treatment centres, really, even though they're under the same kind of, they're under promise. It was just kind of, I had so much more kind of free time there. I suppose here, everyone calls it like the little bubble, the safe bubble. When I got to know the people there and peers, like it really helped me progress in my recovery. I was able to get my strength to kind of talk to people. I became more independent there. Like I changed uni course there. I kind of had realizations of I don't want to kind of do something that's expected of me. I want to do something for myself and that I'll be happy doing. So yeah, I kind of gained so much confidence whilst I was up there, and kind of, I suppose, doing secondary kind of eased me back into everyday living, because like being in the busyness of London, that's where I'm going to uni. It kind of really helped me in my recovery, because I was so used to kind of being so isolated and just not having people around me like London had to offer, I think. Kind of the aftercare up there. I came to the aftercare here kind of, I think, the last 2 weeks of my stay, but I went to the one in London weekly without fail. And that really helped. I kind of got to know other people who had been through the program here, and yeah, it was just kind of, I'm so glad I did it, like honestly. Like I don't really know what would have happened if I left here and gone straight back to where I had been. And I was kind of able to find accommodation in London, so I stayed on there afterwards, helped with my kind of recovery.
And was it nice to have that sort of connection with Kendrick Muse, knowing that, because early recovery, I mean, what can you tell me a little bit about what it's like leaving Promise and being in early recovery?
Yeah, I felt ready to. Like when I left here, I felt really nervous and I didn't really feel ready to leave treatment, but when I kind of left Kendrick Muse, I felt kind of, I don't know, I felt strong in my recovery, because I faced challenges whilst being up in London, which, I don't know, I could have maybe easily relapsed on, but kind of actually having my voice and being able to kind of share my issues and things that I didn't feel were right really helped. I think kind of me in my early kind of, definitely first few days and weeks of being out kind of in the big wide world all alone, kind of it felt like. But I always knew that I did have people I could phone here. Like it's not a place where they just kind of leave you and cut you off kind of thing. It's like I knew I could phone back if I was really struggling, and I kind of had, I don't know, continuity with that. And yeah, I guess I just had kind of, what would you call it? I don't know, the tools to know how to kind of cope with issues and who to speak to. And there have been kind of things that I've struggled with, definitely massively, kind of when coming out, but I just know that I have been given the tools from Promise on how to cope with them and kind of flourish, I suppose. But yeah, I knew I was ready, but it is very hard, and I felt very lonely. And I suppose being in treatment for so long and having people around me, and I didn't have that when I left. I kind of had to do structure, because here the days are very structured, and there's always something to do. Like even in free time, there was always something. I was always so busy, kind of doing work I've been given, or kind of doing art or hobbies. And yeah, I remember having to structure my days quite kind of solidly when I left, to kind of make sure that I was focused and I had plans. And I think the continued recovery plan really helped. And I kind of still update that now, kind of every couple of months, or due to like the circumstances that I'm facing or that are happening, I kind of alter my CRP to fit that. Some things are the same, but kind of if I add something in there to kind of help me stay on track, which I found useful.
So you've learnt to adapt
Yeah.
to your programme, I guess, the programme here at Promise, and taken it out to your life.
Yeah.
And so you took out the top-up package, so you come back around once a month as a senior peer.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that's like and how helpful that is to you?
I have to say, because I love it here so much, I do love coming back. And I find it so useful because there can be things that I can hide, because I know I can be manipulative, even though therapists here can kind of see through that very easily and kind of cut through it, which is really good, because therapists before I've just manipulated. So yeah, I love that here, because people just don't take any kind of, I don't want to swear, so any kind of nonsense that I'm saying. So yeah, and just kind of, I suppose coming back for top-ups, I can speak about what's going on for me and the struggles, and they can kind of be like, well, you need to do this in order to kind of stay well, or kind of, I know that I can lose my voice. That's quite a big issue I have, is not feeling heard and losing my voice. And every time I come back here, I feel I can kind of get that back. And kind of, I know it's really nice coming here when there's different people. I get to kind of meet new people and kind of hear their experiences and how they've dealt with kind of life's issues, and also kind of I might see the same people again and kind of see their progress, and kind of speak to them. But I found it so helpful. Like, I'm going to continue doing top-up, like keep kind of, I know, paying for them, because they're so useful, and they've really, really helped me grow in my recovery, and kind of, I don't know, it's also quite a nice break from the outside world, I think, just kind of coming back here and regrounding myself, and like talking to the chefs maybe if I have issues with food, or like Linda and Frankie, the specialists, and yeah, I know it's been really helpful. Really, I'm so glad I did it. Really, really glad.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for speaking with me. It's been lovely to see you.
And you, thank you.
Thank you.